what your purpose is for your bloodline, then it makes sense for you to have a polygamous arrangement. But it is not just something that is done just because you can.
For pleasure.
It is usually attached to a life purpose. So if your purpose calls for it and you are aligned with your purpose, then there is space for polygamous marriage, because it informs how you live, it informs your abundance, it informs your creation, it informs a lot of the things that influence your life, right? Now, it is not just something anybody gets to do.
Sure.
And a weak man who does not understand himself will wanna go into a polygamous relationship because they don't understand who they are. They don't
I don't see them
understand what they
receiving
like.
it.
That's right. They ain't gonna be able to.
It has to be a certain type of
It
man.
got to be a
It needs
certain.
to have two women be okay to share the power of this man.
Exactly.
That says a lot about a man for two women to be okay with that, right?
Right.
Like she's saying, it has to be a purpose, and they have to be a part of that purpose and understand that purpose for them to be comfortable with that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. 'Cause I have 3 sets of friends that do that. That's
Right.
And at first I was like, girl, there's no way I could. Because I don't want to, right? But if I mentally was in a space where I felt that way, then maybe I could. I won't say I can't and never, because you can't never say that. When you grow every day, you never know what experience is.
Exactly.
But I understand what she's saying about purpose, yeah?
Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I say when there's certain men, like men in general, I believe our nature is to spread our seed. So even if a man can't obtain that or have the value to hold 2, 3 women, right? He still desires that at the end of the day. He still desires to have sex
Desire
with
is
multiple.
very different
It
from
definitely is different.
discipline.
I'm not saying it's different.
Desire
It
has
is
to be
different.
disciplined.
It is different.
If
But
you
it's
want to
still
obtain
there.
it.
There's a lot of desire still there in men. That's just how it is in our nature. You see?
To lust, yeah.
Yes, especially if they're a black man. Because black men and women, we have the highest libido on the planet. Because we hold the most sun energy. The sun is semen. Our sun creates our semen. It is our energy. It's our soul's sexual energy. So when we have more melanin, we absorb all that energy. We become the highest magnetism. We're the most attractive too. When someone says, "Oh, he's beautiful," he's attractive, because he's literally attractive because we're magnets. So in a black man that's really dark like me, or any other black man, we have the most highest. And we attraction.
What do they call that?
It should be
Tupac?
organized and have a purpose attached to it.
Is that the Tupac?
So what?
Is that the Tupac?
What's Tupac?
You know that quote from Tupac?
The dark skin is a man that's very dark.
You know it.
is more
You know that
powerful
quote.
than a lighter skin.
Definitely. Because we have more sexual energy. We absorb more energy from
That's
the sun.
an interesting perspective.
It's very interesting.
Fact.
Yeah, I won't call it fact, because I think men lust more than women naturally, but everybody still lusts.
Yes.
In a way,
Everybody
yeah.
think about sex.
But to say darker skinned men are more lustful than a lighter skinned man, that's a perspective.
Not in, like, I can't say in general, because it still has its wavering, It's not just black and white. But a black
What's
man
your
that's
source
a
of
dark-skinned
information?
Black man, since we absorb more sunlight, we have the capacity to have the highest. If you understand what I'm saying, the capacity to have the highest sex drive. Because it's in mathematics, it's just math.
So if you're saying maybe because the melanin is richer and because melanin,
Supercharged.
maybe I can understand from that perspective, but I still think a man, a real king, should have the discipline to understand what he wants and why he wants it. For me, a man, simply because he's black and is big,
he has to go through experience to get there.
He sure
if
do.
he doesn't understand who he is,
He's gonna lust on these
yeah,
women and he's gonna be all
because
over the place.
there's no discipline.
Once you understand, you know exactly what you want, what you don't want, what you're looking at. You won't lust because you know what you want. So you can look at a room full of women and not lust on any of them if they're not physically giving you what you know you want. Lust won't even pop in your mind. I don't think that's. I think that's like she's saying, lack of discipline. Like
I think it
lust
will pop
not
up, but you have control over it.
Pop up like what? When you say lust, like, oh, she got
I
a fat
say,
ass kind
yeah,
of lust?
you think about having sex.
I mean,
That's
like I
natural.
say, that's just
That's
looking at
just-
somebody to say that. That's
That's
not me wanting
normal.
to have sex.
Right, that's normal.
Like I say, girls can look at dudes and be like, girl, he got on sweatpants, look at his penis. But that don't mean I want to have sex with you because I looked at your
I
penis.
didn't say you want
Right.
to, but you might think about it. It's a difference.
But that's what I'm saying. You saying somebody has big breasts, big butt.
That
or
don't
a
mean
big penis,
nothing.
that's not being sexually involved. That's just noting something,
And
right?
again,
Right.
for me, it
That's-
goes
Yeah, it's
back to
different.
how the culture that has been created now sexualizes everything.
Everything.
So you can see me as beautiful, and I hate it when men do this to me, right? Because I'm more than my body. I want you to listen to me
you
speak
hate it?
and think, oh wow, you know.
I like her mind. She got
I'm
good
in love with your
ideas.
mental.
Do you understand
I'm
what
in
I
love
mean?
with your mental
Because
That's the
before
connection.
your
that will determine
physical.
how
That's
your
the type of
children
girl
are
I
raised.
am.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna look
Determine
at the
how
mental
the woman
part.
is going to use the resources in your household.
Yes, for sure.
Do you understand? So if you're not attracted to my mind, and I need to be
And
attracted
society
to a
make it
man's
hard
mind
now
as
because
well.
everybody gotta
Shoot.
have this and that. And
I
all
like
boys
why
looking
both
at
of
that
y'all
person,
think.
yeah.
Y'all, I like how
We've been
both of you
programmed to be overly
ladies
lustful.
think.
And
You
when
know,
you
being lustful
learn,
is natural,
that's the
but
setup.
we're overly
That's the setup.
Different.
That's the
the
setup.
setup for division of equal.
That's the
energy.
illusion.
That is the setup.
Yep.
For the
We were
division.
raised watching Pornhub and all this shit, you know. So our minds have been contaminated, and that's why we come to
That's
places
part
like
of the
this to heal.
contamination, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed
Porn.
to look at porn. That's
Keep
not
yourself
exercising
pure.
your discipline. That's
So,
damaging your discipline.
Right.
Because why do you
What's
need
gonna
to
be
look
on
at
your
extra
mind
sex
every day?
versus having
But the thing is,
physical
this how they
connection
get
with
us though. It's
somebody?
crazy because even just porn, right? Now porn is on Instagram. It's every platform, Twitter.
You don't have to
You don't
watch it
You
though.
don't even have to go look.
You
for
don't
it.
have to watch
I know
it.
my point is you don't have to go look for it. The shit pops up. So it's even programming the kids, you know. That's why even kids 7 years old, 8 years old shouldn't even have phones in this day and age.
Yeah.
You know, because their minds get warped. It's when you have all these perversions and mutations like incest and pedophilia all come up.
That's how we just gotta be disciplined and worry about ourselves. Everybody fall through the cracks. There's only so much that one person or people can do. I think we mind our own business. We live our lives and share with other like-minded people when we come together and we connect on good conversation and good
It's
energy.
a conversation that
It's the
helps heal
conversation.
somebody else's mindset. That's
Right.
what's necessary,
That's-
especially for a lot of black men. You don't sit down and have these type of conversations, so your mindset is stuck to
That's
things
why I
that
told
you
you
only need lust.
I wanted you
But
to
you talk to
help
somebody
mold
else.
other
Yeah.
young men and mold. When we connect like this, we grow. And every time I see you, we see each other.
Yeah.
Man, it's always that same.
And
bond
now
and
today,
connection.
my perspective has changed on the
Yeah.
thing because I wouldn't think a man would think such a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know that it's possible, right?
Yeah.
So now it's like,
Especially
okay.
with the over-sexualized society, it makes us really, really think about sex all the time. But you know, we don't always like 24/7 think about sex, but it pops up, is what I'm saying. It arises.
I think if you allow yourself to do a certain thing, you can always do it. It's going up and down that chakra, that kundalini. You know what I mean? When you have experience being in the root chakra or going to what they call hell, when you have experience going down to hell and then coming all the way back up and bringing people from hell up with you, that's when you are considered a Jesus or a Christ.
Yes,
You know, because
yes.
the Christ Kundalini is nothing but that energy that's coming from the root chakra to your crown chakra. And if
The
you
Christ
walk in the
consciousness.
Crown chakra, you ain't gonna be able to. You're gonna be so highly elevated. You're
The
gonna
lust
miss
won't even
all the
exist.
people. Yeah,
The lust won't
you gotta
exist.
come down to earth sometimes and enjoy the fruits and people and understand life. You know, and conversate in order
Yeah.
to